Organizations try to put Latinos in one entire category, and we get 1 month designated to us during Hispanic Heritage Month. But our community is so diverse. We are not a monolith, even though we are Latinos. There are things that are very specific and unique to the Salvadoran community.
As a kid, it's not something that crosses your mind, having Salvadoran pride, especially being born and raised in this country. You know, you're kind of taught to be patriotic, you know, American. And you don't, until you get older, you don't realize that two things can be true. You can have Salvadoran pride and you can be American.
I have always been proud to be Salvadoreña. I just didn't know what that was. I think that for me, it actually came 5 years ago. It was actually not that long ago, because I went to a consulate event. I was invited to a consulate event for this event for Casa Cultura. And I came to this event, and it was so magical to me because it was the first time I had been in an event where it was encompassing so much more than food. You know, it was art, poetry, focusing in on little elements that make us Salvadoreños.
A lot of people that are the product of immigrants could speak to this experience. I definitely lived in two different worlds. At home, it was only Spanish. We ate pupusas, we had all the Salvadoran foods. But then as soon as I left it, I was a full-blown American. I only spoke English. Pizza was my favorite food.
For me, growing up, there was a very kind of like hidden truth, which was calladito más bonito. There was a truth of like, the less people know of you or see you, the better it is, because there was a lot of idea that we had to be hidden. Our talents needed to be hidden.
Entre todos los inmigrantes que hay aquí en Washington, los salvadoreños son la mayoría. Y es el único lugar en Estados Unidos donde los salvadoreños son la mayoría de los inmigrantes, la mayor minoría.
Estamos en todos los rubros sociales. Si tú entras en un edificio, vas a encontrar un salvadoreño. Si ves 10 latinos en el Distrito de Columbia, 8 de nosotros somos de El Salvador. Somos la columna vertebral de esta ciudad.
I'm very proud and I'm happy for all of us. I think collectively we've really grown as a community. We have made ourselves a part of the fabric and DNA of DC through chain migration, through unfortunately, you know, the Civil War. My aunt came here in the 70s. Her and her husband opened up the very first Salvadoran restaurant in DC. And it was a huge challenge for them at the moment. But the fact that they had that vision and they pioneered it and they were able to inspire others to also do the same, I think is amazing.
Do you feel that DC teams, professional teams here in the DMV, have not acknowledged the Salvadoran community?
They have not. They have not.
No. In the simplest terms, no.
No.
I'm 20 feet 2 inches.
I think that we've been ignored by not just sports teams, we've been ignored by even other Latino groups.
I'm not sure if they realize the community that exists.
Mira, es muy importante el hecho de que equipos profesionales de béisbol o de baloncesto, cualquier tipo de deporte, tomen en cuenta en las comunidades en donde se encuentran.
People have to do the work. People have to create these spaces for people to come and feel these moments.
What we're talking about, how you reach out to the public sports teams, you create a connection, whether it be a player who plays for that team, who has roots in your country, or whether it be a food that they sell there.
ahora que esto existe o que va a existir por primera vez a nivel profesional, equipo de grandes ligas, ¿cómo te hace sentir?
Sí, me hace sentir bien porque la primera vez que me invitaron los Nationals a tirar en una noche de Roberto Clemente, que fui a tirar la primera bola, no fue por salvadoreña, sino que fue por latina. Ahora me siento súper más, 100,000 veces más orgullosa porque vamos a estar teniendo una noche salvadoreña.
This is giving us the opportunity to let folks know where we stand, what our cultural pride is all about, what our heritage looks like, and it's a small window, you know, at a sports game, but hopefully it begins a larger conversation that we are a very powerful force in Washington, D.C.
I think when we first saw it, when we see like in LA.
Thank you, After. Appreciate it.
Now I'm finally getting to experience Salvadoran Heritage Night here at the Dodger Stadium.
Please welcome back to the field, Mauricio Cienfuegos.
I think we realized why isn't that happening here.
I feel very privileged that we're able to create a space like this where the older generation can enjoy it, but we're also introducing the culture to an entirely different generation.
Me gusta que ya nos estamos como que enfocando en esa generación de salvadoreños que hemos venido.
I was so impacted, not only by just the beauty of the space, of the energy, of the people, of the excitement, of all the generational, like the older, younger people, like I love to see it all. And to see the excitement of all these young faces excited to share this moment, you know, because I feel like everybody wants to be part of a movement. Everyone wants that. Everyone wants to be part of a movement.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you think about it, it's like a movement because it moved me, it impassioned me to want to do something.